All right. Good morning, all. Dan from Tradingology with the trading room for January 12th, 2021. We got a Tuesday rolling in. Doors are opening up. As always, we have our good friend Dave joining us from Strong Market. So welcome, Dave. Good to see you this fine Tuesday morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dan.
Yet another fine day of news in the world of politics, but we just can't get away from it.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Trump made his first statement today saying impeachment would hurt the U.S. or is a danger to the U.S., he said.
Yeah, it's still the breaking news on CNBC. I just recently noticed pulling up their site. It's like, yeah. Good morning, Andre. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we got the House is pressing forward on Bloomberg. We got CNN breaking news, confronting dark forces, disastrous end to the shocking presidency is their headline, new terror threats. Interesting one, I didn't even know. My dad gave me a call last night, and apparently all 50 states are now preparing for potential attacks at them, and they're boarding up things at all the U.S. capitals at all 50 states.
What?
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
The general news, I think you saw it, where they're reporting that there's scuttlebutt or whatever, people talking around making runs at the capitals all across the country.
Wow.
So that was a new one I heard about.
I mean, if that escalates, that's this is like that's really bad. It's just terrible. I don't think I've ever seen it in my lifetime. I mean, even back in the riots in the 60s, and I mean, I was just a baby at that time, but 60s and 70s, there's a lot of civil unrest. I don't think I've heard anything like this.
Yeah, this is definitely crazy. We're taking the word unprecedented to another level, and I'm tired of that word.
Yeah, that's for sure. So I guess the operative word here is caution.
Yeah, caution and agile, I would say.
Yeah, and be safe, and stay out of harm's way.
Exactly. Be alert. As our friend Brad always says, keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
I did notice too, good friend Danielle DiMartino Booth, following her on Twitter, tagged an interesting one late last night. I don't think she ever sleeps. She's talking about this report came out from Morgan Stanley, who is coming around to our way of thinking around the dollar, because they're abandoning their weak dollar and they're shifting. So I pulled it up and looked over their article here a little bit. And yeah, the big institutions are now starting to be favorable on the USD.
Can you copy that and put it in the chat? I like to
absolutely
write that up for myself, because I do have a subscription to Bloomberg, so I just want to kind of take a look at the full article and see.
Yeah, that came out late yesterday, 5 p.m. And then I saw Daniel tweeted about it around midnight.
Huh, interesting. Yeah. So, I mean, we've seen some pretty good action in the dollar. We talked about it yesterday. It's pulled back a little bit today, just a little bit, but it did have, if you're an Elliott wave guy, it did have 5 waves up. And that typically indicates a bullish scenario. So we'll see. We're getting a little pullback today, which is expected, especially if we do have 5 waves up and we do have a reversal in the dollar. If you go to let's go to a 30-minute, I think you could probably see the waves better on a 30-minute chart. Yeah, so you got that one push up from that bottom. That's one. Bring it back down, and so that's 1. And then the next low is 2, and then a nice push up. Right, I don't know where they were counting the 4, but the third wave is always the longest. Yeah, I would do that one. I would do that one as the 3, and then a pullback 4. I think we got one more move higher then. They said there was 5, but maybe they're using a different time frame.
They saw 5 already?
Yeah, they saw 5 already. I'm not sure that little dip there in the middle. I don't know if I would count that as 4. Those guys are the experts, not me, but that's the way I look at it. So there might be one more push higher in a 5th wave, because the 3rd wave is always the highest. Yeah, they could be doing that.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, they could be doing that. And then it goes into an ABC correction pattern. So maybe they're doing that, yeah. Because the third wave is always the biggest, so you gotta make sure that's the longest and strongest wave. And now it's in an ABC. ABC is typically A, then you get a little B higher, and then a C wave. I would take it now. No, that would be, well, it can't be quite that high.
Like I say, I'm not the expert at the waves either. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go.
Yeah, so a C would bring it probably back down to the 90, around the 90 level.
Okay.
And the C wave on the way down has to be 5 waves as well. And once that 5 wave is counted on a C wave reversal, which is basically a 3-way pattern. It's A, B, C. That should bring it down to around 90. I like make sure we have that 90 as support, and then we're off to the races. And they think this is just the first wave of a much, much bigger wave. So after we hit that bottom right around 90, they would mark that as a C wave complete and then a 2. And then the third wave has to be longer than the current wave, which would be from that 89.20 up to around 90.78 or so.
Gotcha. Okay. It's got to engulf all of this.
Yes. So if that plays out, we're looking probably, right around the 14th, 13th, 14th.
I just thought it was nice to see another article that wasn't all doom and gloom on the US dollar. So I thought you'd appreciate that one. So enjoy that article.
Yes, I definitely will.
Yeah, it is no longer attractive to be positioned for a weak dollar from here, given the uncertainties around the fiscal policy outlook, the monetary policy outlook, and the growth and inflation outlook. That's too many outlook words. They dropped their expectations of near-term weakening. And Daniel has good insights, so it's good to follow her if you guys aren't following her yet. She does some, she's a straight shooter. I'll give her that for sure.
Yeah, and she's she's what I would term, a former insider to the Fed, and so she really kind of is clued in on what's going on there.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know who she is, if they're new to you, yeah, she used to absolutely work inside the Federal Reserve down in Dallas. She's worked on Wall Street. She definitely has a good pedigree, and she knows what she's talking about. I'm actually 2/3 of the way reading her book. I started it last year, and I dropped it for a couple other books, and now I picked it back up and rereading it. So she does have a good book too, if you want to check out Fed Up. So little commercial for DDB.
Right at the end of that article, it says that in addition to Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo security strategist wrote on Monday that USD weakness is starting to look stretched, and we think a short-term reversal is imminent. So I mean, there's several people I think that think it's too oversold at this point. Whether they think it's going to go into a bull market is a different story, but at least they think it's oversold. And right underneath there, Yellen confirmation hearing for Treasury is planned for January 19th. Oh, keep that out. Keep an eye on
that. Anything else breaking? They're giving ultimatums. The breaking headline's gone. Impeachment again. Yep, good times. Nothing major on the calendar. So Monday and Tuesday we're nothing. Tomorrow we got CPI and core coming out. And then Powell's speaking on Thursday. So we'll see what our good friend Chairman Powell has to say. And we don't have unemployment claims this week. Are they skipping that? What's going on there?
Oh, that's weird.
That is weird.
They do that weekly. So, do you have it like?
Did they downgrade it to a yellow or a gray?
Yeah.
They did.
Oh, wow. What does a yellow mean?
Like low impact.
Oh, really?
Interesting. That's always been a high impact.
Yeah. Especially with the rate that we've been doing it.
Right. So they're trying to get people not to look at it anymore. Nothing to see here.
Wow.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Oh.
Wow, maybe that's why it didn't show anything. Let's see what they did on Monday and Tuesday. Non-event. So a bunch of still FOMC member Brainerd speaking today, apparently an hour ago. 10-year bond auctions. Crude oil inventories, how's that low impact? Crude oil.
Yeah, I know. That's always high impact.
Someone's doing their readings wrong here on this calendar. I'm gonna have to give my friends at Forex Factory a call.
Yeah, the beige book too. That's pretty major right there.
Yeah, something's wrong with these. So if you're using this, turn on all of your graphs, because I used to have it set to only the top two because they were high in whatever they categorize as medium. Yeah, the filters are wrong right now. So turn them all on so you guys have action or access into all of it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, keep an eye out for that stuff. So yeah, so I mean, the market looks like it's continued to go higher, but if you notice the breadth, I mean, the advanced decline line and the up and down volume, it has been so flat. I mean, for a long time now. I mean, we really haven't had much in the way of dramatic up and down volume. We did have, I mean, if you change it from a 5 minute to like an hour chart, you'll see what the highest is that we can go back on. Yeah, we'd have to go all the way back to like, what is it, June? To see really big.
July.
Yeah.
So it was really breaking up there or breaking down.
Yeah, let's see where else. Yeah, looks like probably the highest right there.
Yep, way back.
Yeah. So we haven't had really big numbers on that side on the volume. Pretty much on the advanced decline issues too is pretty flat. Not real big there.
Yeah, and big separations. We've been seeing, it's been the trend a lot. End of last week, all this week so far, we've had not good setups for sure for that side of the house. No true trend days anywhere near it. Big separations. So the market is definitely at an influx right now.
Yeah, and as we get closer to all-time highs, and we're at all-time highs on a lot of indexes, you don't want to see flat up and down volume. You don't want to see flat advanced declines. You want to see it improving. When it starts to flatten out like that, that typically means that the buyer, it takes more buying to continue to push the market higher. And a couple of weeks ago, we made the statement that $1 trillion that entered the market into ETFs and funds and stuff like that back in September, October, and November barely pushed the market up about 200 to 300 points. And so now, what's it going to take to push this market higher? It's going to take a lot more than $1 trillion. Where's that money coming from? I don't know. Stimulus payments, as far as I know, they've gone out, but I'm not really sure. If anybody that's gotten a stimulus payment?
I did hear of a few people that actually received them. I think they were the ones that had the electronics, like it wasn't a paper check where it showed up via their same deposit they did their taxes in. So I have heard about a couple people that have seen it so far, but only one that I personally know.
Okay, so yeah, so I don't know. I there was a mistake. I saw an article, something about ADP, or no, it was what's the big firm that does TurboTax? For some reason, they had the wrong account number, and so all the deposits from the Treasury went into like this escrow account or something, and never got dispersed to people who were supposed to receive the stimulus.
Well, why couldn't they have my account number then if they had the wrong one?
Yeah, there was one guy. Remember, one guy had, and this was in the March stimulus. He went to his ATM and he did a balance inquiry. He had $4 million in there. His previous balance was $100.
Oh, can you imagine? How fast can I withdraw this?
Yeah, I know. Give me cash. I'll take cash.
Truck up. Andre's asking, are we going back to VXX trades? Yes, Andre, we'll see. We'll do another analysis tomorrow. We'll see if they are viable to start entering again, but we are looking at it. So Same as we did last week, we did an analysis right around the open, so we do that separately from the trading room. So look forward to that for the members that are in the VXX program. There's a separate channel we do, or a separate quick call we do for analysis on that. Yeah, I was just gonna say, can you imagine pulling up your account and, hey, I got $1 trillion, let alone 1 million. The receipts got the numbers, the zeros go all the way off.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy.
I would probably faint.
I would like, wait a minute, let me take a picture of this.
Well, it was bad enough. I took a picture when we traveled international, and I went to an ATM to get some cash out, and it was rupees, I think. And it was the same kind of thing. It's like, oh, look, we're a millionaire. Not in US dollars, but that's a good looking receipt.
Rupees, that's Russian currency, isn't it?
That was rubles. I think it was, we were out in Bali a couple years ago. So in Indonesia,
gotcha.
they have rupees, I believe, in Indonesia.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if you went to Cambodia and you got it, I don't even think they denominate their ATMs in Cambodian. What's the currency? It's not the baht. I think that's Thailand.
That I don't know.
I forgot the name of it now, but I mean, you know, it's like it's 1 million Cambodian money to 1 cent.
Wow.
So I mean, you'd have trillions in there.
Jeez. That's super funny money you can print. Oh, we got a little rollover happening here. Some selling going on. We see across the indexes and the futures. That was one thing I was kind of, I was taking a look, and it had some big moves before the market opened there.
It did. It was up around 70 points or so on the YM futures. We dropped down. We actually went negative for a while, and then it kind of came right back up again.
So we'll see if this lasts today or not, because we're seeing a downturn right now.
Yeah, I was using the new Hunter strategy system. I was able to get in ES at 37.85. I rode that up to 38 and got out. Really nice trade there. Really beautiful trade.
Yeah, there's been some fantastic setups, and I know Andre had a nice one this morning on NQ that he's testing with. I think it was right around 6 in the morning for him, which is 8 Central, 9. So probably right around here. I think he grabbed this trade over 100 ticks on an NQ trade, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Pre-market even. How do you like that, Andre? Pre-market trade, 100 plus ticks. How many did you get on that on your paper account? What was the total? Because I know it was a minimum of 100. I even saw like 120 when I was doing some measurements, and if you'd have waited till the final exit, it's even more. So that's the nice thing, is you take the meat on the bone and you're happy, calm, cool, and collected even before the market opened.
Yeah, absolutely.
$300 with some full, so one full contract on an NQ E-mini. Is that what you're saying? That sounds about right. Yep. Okay. So there you go. $300 on a single contract.
Good job.
Pre-market trade using the Target Hunter strategy system. So if you're watching the recording and you're a gold member, go check it out. If you are new to Tradingology, I will be making it available. You can get a separate purchase, or you can just come on and get a gold membership and get access to everything. So you let me know any questions anyone has after the fact. Hit me up, support@tradingology.com. This is, as I mentioned yesterday, this is my bread and butter. I actually just missed out, or there was a nice little trade set up on the short side, which I didn't want to take, but it's okay. There's always more.
That's right. They roll around quite frequently.
Every 2 hours we get a new target that comes out. Sometimes they're a good aim, sometimes they're not, but it's a good time. Andre asked, Dan, are you now using the Target Hunter in place of MES? Or I'm using Target Hunter solely right now. I don't have time to try and track both strategies. I just use one that's working for me and I stick with that. So I think I kind of morphed the MES into this. So you could still look at what you look at to set up the MES trades. They could overlap. I haven't done a ton of research in applying them together. I'm just doing purely Target Hunter right now. This is the only thing I have loaded. And there's our 10-minute warning. I like that ding. Oh, and I just got a notice. Apparently, I'm running low. I got to do some video cleanup. Yes, exactly. Target 100 plus VXX plus asymmetric trades. You got it. That rounds it out. Asymmetric trades for the nice swing trades for more longer term. VXX trades for weekly options income trading, and target 100 trades for day trades for futures contracts.
Yeah,
That's quite the package right there, isn't it?
that's a triple play right there.
Yep. Knock it out of the park. And you don't even have to knock it out of the park. You just keep hitting singles and doubles and lock it up.
Yeah, that's right. We call it the
The trifecta.
the trading. Well, I was going to call it the Trinity, but trifecta works.
Oh, there you go. The trading trifecta.
Yeah.
I like it. And the dream team, he says. I appreciate the feedback, Andre, and I'm glad you're liking it and you're getting good use of it. I think it's going to help a lot of people. And that's the goal. They say the more people you help, the more comes back to you in multiple karma ways. I was telling Dave offline yesterday, I'd actually made a mistake entering a trade and I accidentally made $110 on the NQ. You know you're doing something right when you make money by accident.
You know, I've done that a few times. It's like, you know, like in one position, I was like, I thought I was short, and I actually went long, and I was already long. So I ended up doubling up on the contracts, and I made another $50 on that one. And I said, well, okay, all right. So it's like, you know, sometimes mistakes work in your favor.
I tap it up to karma. That must mean I'm putting out good vibrations. So if I make a mistake, it's in my favor. But I corrected right away. I closed that trade in less than a minute, and I'm like, oh, $110. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I did the same thing. I had a couple ticks. I just took it off.
Yep. That's how fast the NQ moves. So like I say, make sure you're ready for NQ trading. But the target 100 strategy helps with that. So you know when to exit and when to enter. So it takes out that fear, or it removes it as much as possible.
Yeah, I heard an interesting comment about the RTY this morning in the rut, and the composition of the RTY I haven't looked at in a while. But the person who made the comment said that it wasn't comprised or made up of a lot of these small mom and pop type shops and you know, smaller companies that we would normally think of in the Russell 2000, but it started to include a lot of like small cap biotechnology companies, small technology companies that are really getting bid up in the Robinhood with the Robinhood traders. And that's the reason why the RTY has exploded. It's not a reopening play. It's more of a really highly speculative small cap biotech, pharma, tech play.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it too, not at that level yet, but I was just writing down some numbers last week and I was looking at the Russell 2000 and I hadn't even noticed, or I'd never looked into, like, they also have the Russell 1000 and the Russell 3000. I'm like, I wonder if there's some hidden gems in there. Not like I need to keep looking for new things, but there is some interesting different indexes out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe I'll start if we need more. We, like you say, we got the trading trifecta or trinity. It's hard to keep going, but yeah, like we've said over the years, if there's something better, someone, you know, we'll bring it to our members if we can find it. All right, gentlemen, as always, we appreciate you joining. We're getting close to the top of the hour here once again.
Yeah, some potential events coming up here. We've got, of course, Biden being inaugurated here pretty soon. That's only a few days away now. We've got discussions on Capitol Hill for a potential impeachment. And so, you know, I think trading could continue to be volatile here. We'll see what happens on the 17th. It is the 17th, right? The inauguration.
I believe isn't it usually the 20th?
Was it the 20th? Yeah, maybe it's the 20th. Yeah, because the 17th, I think, is the week of the 17th.
Yep, yeah, Wednesday, January 20th, inauguration.
Yep, the 20th. So there's still some, you know, there's some risk out there. So just be careful, guys. Market can turn on a dime.
Last question Andre has for target hunters, mostly ESNQ and RUT or RTY. Technically, you could use it on any futures contract. It doesn't have to only be indexes. I just focus on the indexes. that's what I kind of specialize in. And I know its ebbs and flows, and this works very well, but you could use this on multiple different futures contracts, gold, silver, oil, copper, you name it. Just test it and view it before you go live, as always. And I will get that spreadsheet up as soon as possible for you guys so you can start tracking your trades. I got just a few more tabs to verify formulas so you can track your the longs and the shorts and have a good tracking spreadsheet.
Yeah, I've only used it on the ES so far, but the results have been fantastic.
Yeah, same. I've had my best lucks have been, or I shouldn't say my best luck. All my trades have been mainly ES and NQ, or what I stick in. I also do RTY trades. I've done maybe 2 YM trades, less, but it's one of those, you don't need too many if one's working. But sometimes it's why I do like to watch all 4, because they might not all be the same thing. So you might have a setup in one and not the other. So you can be ready to take any of the trades, if that makes sense to you. In my experience, they all work.
That's a good thing.
Yep. All right. With that, I think we'll call our wrap. Thanks for joining us again. And just as a quick reminder, and Dave offline, let's set the time for that wealth class, or what day we want to do that. I forget. I wrote it down, but I just want to reconfirm it with you so I can send out a message to the wealth masterclass members for the January meetup.
Yep, I've got it. I'll text you the date that I have on my calendar.
Awesome. Wherever
All
I
right,
wrote
guys.
it, I
Have a
cleaned my
great
office
day.
and I lost it. So thanks, guys. We'll see you
No worries.
tomorrow.
Take care.